also steals. The news remains unselected. Then, punching the news at 6 in the morning and evening. That's why we are unbeatable. Newsnet, Liberia's news of the day on OKFM 99.5.
Thank you for making us number one.
OKFM 99.5.
Good morning. It is a wet Monday's morning from the nation's capital, Monrovia. This is Trokon Freeman with News Net, with 45 minutes of all of the major developments making news in Liberia, Africa, and other parts of the world. It is Monday, the 11th day of June 2018. And our top stories this morning: with just 2 years in operations, OKFM establishes supremacy in Liberian media landscape, wins President of Liberia prestigious radio stations of the year award. After hastily concurring with House and ratifying the $536 million Eton loan deal, the Senate to deliberate $420 million IBOMAV loan deal for road construction across the country. Despite the government being on a racket path with the media, President Wade commits to upholding press freedom and civil liberties in Liberia. And away from Liberia, the UN condemns intimidation of staff and patients by armed groups in the Central African Republic. The details of these stories and other developments, including the news bulletin and your reactions on our Facebook page, OKFM Liberia. We're taking a break. We'll come back, we'll bring you the news bulletin. Please. Many thanks for rejoining Newsnet on OKFM 99.5 at this juncture. We cross over to Augustine, Bill Kollie, to bring you the news bulletin. Augustine, good morning.
Good morning, Trokon. Good morning, everyone. The Press Union of Liberia has named the OKFM as the best radio station in the country for 2018. The pronouncement was made on the weekend in Buchanan City, Grambassa County, at the PUL's awards night. The union president, Charles Kollie, noted that the award considered content, independence, and integrity as criteria. President Kollie added that the award is given annually to deserving media outlets and individuals based on their contributions to society. He added that it also serves as motivation for others to emulate in accordance with the standards of professionalism. Several other journalists were awarded with individual awards, including a hat trick by both Betty Mbayo of Front Page Africa and Anthony Stevens of Power FM and TV respectively. For his part, OKFM station's manager Smith Toby could not hold back the joy of obtaining the award amongst the multiplicity of media institutions in the country. Manager Toby, recollecting the station's 2 years of existence and independence, vowed to endeavor for other awards. The Liberian Senate would on Monday hold a special session to consider the ratification of the Mineral Development Agreement between Human Bird Resources and the government of Liberia. According to a release from the office of the Pro Tempore, the Senate is also expected to consider ratification of the pre-financing agreement between IBOMAF and the government of Liberia. Already, the House has ratified the $420 million loan agreement between the government of Liberia and IBOMAF. It is expected that key actors to the loan agreement would appear to give reasons for the ratification of the agreements. On Friday of last week, the Senate concurred with the House of Representatives for the ratification of the $536 million loan agreement between the government of Liberia and the Eton Pte Limited. President George Weah has embarked on a tour to inspect all roads leading to the hinterlands of Liberia. Speaking upon his arrival in Bong County, President Weah said his vision is to connect Liberia 15 counties by well-paved roads. The Liberian leader said the roads, when completed across Liberia, will boost the country's economy through agriculture, health, and education. President Weah further pledged not to work with construction companies that will delay operations for 3 to 5 months, noting that delays could cause harm to his vision of transforming the country for the good of the citizens. President George Weah has recommitted his government's support to upholding freedom of the press in Liberia. President Weah said his government also stands ready to work with the Press Union of Liberia in promoting the work of journalists in the country. The Liberian leader's comment was contained in a special remark delivered on his behalf by Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs Eugene Trokon at the PUA Awards and Dinner Night held in Buchanan City, Grand-Bassa County. Deputy Information Minister Eugene Trokon also disclosed that the 426 million Iboma loan will be used to pave the road from Tapata to Zwedru and other major roads in the rural parts of the country. The Iboma Null Agreement, which was passed by the House of Representatives recently, is currently before the Senate for concurrence. According to him, the road, when completed, would also promote trade and general reconciliation among the people in the rural parts. Speaking during the weekend in Grand-Bassa County, Minister Trokon noted that the issue of road is a long-standing nightmare that has deprived the country from development, and as such, a quick intervention is needed. He stressed the need that the CDC government is committed to deliver on its promises that seek to improve the lives of the ordinary people. Also speaking, Carter Central Chief of Party Pee-wee Flomoku called on Liberian journalists to exercise neutrality in the discharge of their duties. Flomoku then lauded journalists for their ethical reportage in enhancing peace and democracy. Vice President Joel Howard Taylor says that the government of President George Weah would ensure a strict and accurate record-keeping system during his regime. Speaking during the weekend at celebration of World ICAP's Day in Monrovia, Vice President Taylor called for the collaboration of partners geared towards building a national Achiever Center for easy record-keeping. The Liberian Vice President further challenged the officials of the Center of National Document and Record Agency to work diligently as means of putting a proper system of governance and national documentation in getting rid of the misconception in the Liberian history. She then lauded international partners for the support given the institution. The Deputy Managing Director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Dan Sai, has expressed frustration over the legal encroachment on the corporation facility by residents of Freeman community. Director Sai, following a guided tour of the corporation's Freeman facility during the weekend, observed that several homes have been erected without their consent. According to him, in order to execute an expansion of the corporation activities, the land must firstly be regained. He also complained about the mismanagement of the vicinity by squatters who encroached on the land after the civil conflict. The LWSC deputy manager added that feasibility study is ongoing by his leadership to acquaint the squatters about this situation. The Commissioner of Sanja District in Boma County has urged the management of Simon Dabi to institute measures to prevent ritualistic killings at the plantation. Madam Merman Barclay Freed told reporters in the county during the weekend that the death toll at the plantation is alarming. Madam Freed described the act as a violation of one's right to life as contained in the Liberian Constitution and the Universal Human Rights Declaration. There have been alarming reports of ritualistic deaths at the plantation, a situation that has led to a series of demonstrations by the citizens. For his part, Sam Dabit's acting manager Alikama Abu Hassan vowed to beef up security monitoring at the plantation. Hassan revealed that reports of deaths at the plantation are a concern as it could affect the operations of the company. The Semi-Dabi acting manager, however, boasted of significant progress in fulfilling their corporate responsibility to the citizens as mandated by the House of Representatives. Bomb encountered District 1 Representative Edwin Snow has presented a 32-seated bus for use by the county leadership. Representative Snow revealed that the presentation of the bus was his way of scaling up the country's mobility shortage. According to him, the bus is now brand new but was used to facilitate his campaign activities during the 2017 representative and presidential elections. Commenting further, Representative Snow used the occasion to caution to Burman citizens against division. He noted that it was time to put aside their political differences from the electoral process and collectively work for the success of the county. Receiving the gesture, Burman County Superintendent Adaman Robinson lauded Representative Edwin Snow for his timely intervention. Superintendent Robinson re-echoed the mobility constraints inherited by his administration. According to him, the entire central administration of the county has for its operation one picked up which is not functioning. And the presiding elder of the Allegan Stratton District AME Church in Pennsylvania, USA, has challenged the Liberians to uphold determination and discipline in pursuit of excellence. Reverend Dr. Eric Brown said, for Liberia's education system to improve, there must be a drive to resolve critical issues like violence and corruption that continue to undermine the growth of the sector. According to him, the pursuit of excellence needs one's commitment with God and not continuous complaints or worries. Dr. Brown made a statement Sunday when he served as Speaker of the 18th Baccalaureate Service of the African Methodist Episcopal University at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion under the theme, Neighbor, Don't Forget God. The AME Allegan Stratton District Reverend for the World prospective graduates of the 18th commencement convocation not to overlook God in times of their divine favor and blessings, but to remain consistently engaged with Him throughout their accomplishments. Speaking shortly after the baccalaureate sermon, Darlington Myers, president of the graduating class, expressed profound gratitude to the Board of Trustees and partners of the African Methodist Episcopal University for the academic achievements rendered the graduating class. He promised a commitment by the graduating class to uphold and defend the knowledge acquired for a positive impact on the Liberian society and the world at large. That's the news bulletin.
Many thanks, Augustine Bill Kollie, for the news bulletin. Augustine is back here later on to bring you international developments. If you just joining us, listening to news net on OKFM 99.5. My name is Trokon Freeman, presenting our top stories this morning. With just 2 years in operations, OKFM establishes supremacy on Liberian media landscape. Wings Press Union of Liberia prestigious radio station of the Year award. After hastily concurring with the House in ratifying the $536 million add-on loan deal, the Senate to deliberate $420 million Iboma loan deal for road construction across the country. Despite his government beginning on a rocky path with the media, President George Weah recommits to upholding press freedom and civil liberties in the country. And away from home, UN condemns intimidation of life and patients by armed groups in the Central African Republic. Let's now go into the actualities and begin with this development. The Press Union of Liberia has named OKFM as the best radio station of the country for 2018. The pronouncement was made at a weekend in Buchanan City, co-ambassador at the PUL's award night. The union's President Charles Kollie noted that the award considers content, independence, and integrity as criteria. President Kollie added that the award is given annually to deserving media outlets and individuals based on their contributions to society.
The union has always celebrated the military, which is Press Freedom Day, and normally climax by awarding our police who have been deemed as performing exceptionally so as to allow others to emulate their example for good journalism in our country. A very experienced, carefully selected, knowledgeable journalists with diverse expertise were chosen to do the proper vetting for which we are here today. The categories are various, as the MCLL illuminated. So tonight we're going to honor them. What we want to say is to applaud ourselves. Let us applaud ourselves for the good work we did for our country, for which there is great stability.
Charles Kollie is the president of the PUL, that's a press union of Liberia, giving the background to the awards. This is how George Kennedy, a member of the awards committee, announced OKFM as the recipient of the award.
It wasn't easy vetting tens of radio stations. Their work, their credibility, their balance of reporting, their accuracy. But we came up with a very hard-working station. And this station came to be nearly 3 years ago, and it has in fact grabbed the country by storm. So it is so pleasing to me and honor to announce our radio station of the year is, you want to hear it? Our radio station of the year is OKFM.
A jubilant move there amidst the announcement of the award, making OKFM as the best radio station for 2017, not 2018. Several other journalists were awarded with individual awards, including a hat trick by both Betty Mbayo of Front Page Africa and Anthony Stevens of Power FM. For his part, OKFM station's manager Smith Toby could not hold back the joy of obtaining the award amongst the multiplicity of media institutions in the country. Manager Toby, recollecting the station's 2 years of existence and independence, vowed to endeavor for other awards.
I'm very excited about the award. Let me first of all say thank God and thanks half of OKFM. Thanks to everyone who followed our broadcast for the past 2 years. We haven't been able to joke, but we thank God that we've made it in the media landscape. Our impact have now told us that we've done a bit of work that people can recognize us for our contribution to the society. So we are just so excited. For me, I'm over excited because on the day of my birthday and the station winning an award, I just don't know what to say, but I just give it to God and let us say thanks to the staff, thanks to all of our viewers and listeners that follow us doing our programs. We hope we can do better. It's not about going to the top or how long you intend to stay to the top. So
what difference can this award bring to OKFM?
Well, it pushed us to the wall and to give us more time to be more challenging. Now we know that we are the ones other people now love to follow. And in doing so, we ought to keep our head up high. And we can assure our listeners that we will not disappoint them. We are about to do bigger things. The media landscape will remain vibrant. We tend to remain balanced in our job. And we can assure our viewers and our listeners who's given us this trust that we will not disappoint them. We will remain credible, we will remain transparent, we will work under the ethics of professional journalism.
Hard-working, innovative, and charismatic, Smith Toby is the manager of OKFM 99.5, speaking to journalists minutes after OKFM was named the radio station of the year 2017. President George Weah has recommitted his government's support to upholding freedom of the press in Liberia. President Weah said his government also stands ready to work with the Press Union of Liberia in promoting the work of journalists in the country. The Liberian leader's comment was contained in a special remark delivered on his behalf by Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs Eugene Falcon at the PUL Awards and dinner night held in Buchanan City in Grand Bassa County.
one that will be recorded in the history book that is happening very close to the eve of the passage of a law against libel, sedition, criminal defamation. The 1978 libel laws have helped
This year, we will do what we might be limited to do. Next year, we will upgrade it and we will extend it outside beyond Monrovia. I also heard that few of the counties nearby might also get help.
Alfonso Zion there. Earlier he listened to the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at Mecca, Eugene Fakan. Vice President Joao Taylor says the government of President George Weah will ensure a strict and accurate record-keeping system during his regime. Speaking of the weekend during the celebrations of World Archives Days in Monrovia, Vice President Taylor called for collaboration of partners geared towards building a national archival system for easy record-keeping.
Our government over the next 6 years will make marks that will be noteworthy and set the stage for accurate record keeping for our country and for posterity. I therefore join you and use this occasion to call on all and sundry to join this effort to help build this national archival system. To the Sindra family, I say yours is only a challenge to serve with accuracy, diligence, discipline, and commitment, while organization is truly a doorkeeper of the nation. You will need to work with greater zeal. I therefore summon you to inject nationalism into your service so that all of us will see that you are determined once and for all to put in place a proper and correct system, governance, and documentation that will remove all of the misconceptions in our national history. As I close, let me state that I remain a partner with you in this exercise. Let this celebration of International Archives Day set a purpose not of merely seeking to raise global awareness, but even more to evoke positive action steps on our part in the work of collecting, correcting, preserving, and showcasing our history so that
Vice President Joao Taylor there saying the government of President George Weah would ensure a strict and accurate record-keeping system during this administration. The Deputy Managing Director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Dan Syed, has expressed frustration over the illegal encroachment on the corporation facility by residents of Freeman. Director Syed, following a guided tour of the corporation's Freeman facility at the weekend, observed that several homes have been erected without their consent.
The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation has been dormant for the last couple of decades, especially after the Civil War and during the Civil War. Our environment and the facility have been vandalized, and we're still going through a process of recuperation as a corporation. There is now a new management team in place. The management team is now making some effort to make sure that water and sewer become a vibrant corporation that will provide the kind of services that are required, and not only for water services, but to make sure that we can better preserve our sewers and the system that is required to make it functional. We are very keen about that. And so this facility that you've just toured is somewhere that we built to make sure that we take care of our sewer disposal. But not only through sewer disposal, we have vast land here that could be used to also pay host to our headquarters as a corporation. And now that we are trying to put some engine into the operations of the corporation, we've thought to tour this environment, the facility, to see where our land is and what part of our land has been encroached upon by the illegal settlers that have moved here because of the dormancy that the corporation was going through. We've realized, and you've seen also, that people have significantly encroached on our land. We are working towards revamping this facility. We're working with development partners, particularly the World Bank, to make sure that this facility is upgraded to an international standard.
Dan Syed is one of the deputy directors at the Water Sewer Corporation via speaking. The Commissioner of St. J. District in Bombay County, has urged the management of St. Darby to institute measures to prevent ritualistic killings at the plantation. Madam Myanmar Barclay Freeman told reporters in the county at the weekend that the death toll at the plantation is alarming. Madam Free described the act as a violation of one's right to life as contained in the Liberian Constitution and the Universal Human Rights Declaration.
One of my strong message or strong dissatisfaction I got with St. Darby is the death rate. The death rate is too much. Our people are dying every now and then. Yes, somebody died every now and then. Oh, the other person was stabbed to death. The other person is dead by on the other side. I think that is not good for our community. And that even gave a good signal to the people that bought me. Our name is not ready on the map on the rightful side. So I am saying to the people of St. Darby, based upon your commitment, we hold you by your word. We will work with you people, but please let it not be the top. As my boss was saying, let it come from the down, the bottom to the top. Let our people tell us how you people are holding it. And please work along with our people, make them to feel satisfied, and we ourselves around will feel satisfied with them. We say thank you for even the food that you got for our Muslim people. We say thank you to you. We relate the message to our people and make sure those that are supposed to receive, they will come to receive it. I think St. Darby will be doing well, or they have started to do well according to their commitment.
Madam Myanmar Barclay Freeman there speaking. For his part, St. Darby's acting managing director Ali Kamed Abu Hassan vowed to beef up security monitoring at the plantation. Hassan revealed that reports of deaths at the plantation are a concern as it could affect the operations of the company.
The theft rate that she mentioned just now, this is one of the main issues that we have discussed just now. We have highlighted this to Honorable. Honorable also has given a piece of advice. One of the probably a workable solution is the outgrower scheme, because to him he believes, and we also believe, this is one of the solutions that we can explore further. One of the solutions to explore further, so that this theft can not only being curbed but also stopped for future, so that we can move on with further development of our land without much worry on theft. We realize that we are not only complying to the plenary, to all the motion, the recommendation from the House of Representatives, but we are here to basically work together with the Honourable, so the Honourable can guide us. All the good things can be communicated directly to him, and he also can come and do the verification. And to me, communication is utmost important thing.
Still in Bomé, a lawmaker of that county, Aaron Snow, has presented a 32-seater bus for use by the county leadership. Representative Snow revealed that the presentation of the bus was his way of scaling up the county's mobility shortage.
We decided that instead of us keeping this asset, to ourselves, maybe somebody can say, oh, you now are working, so we get only one can, Republic of Liberia. So we decided that in our weekly we should make available this asset to the county, to your office, where you can formulate a small program. The church won't run somewhere, the civil society won't run somewhere. You can say, look, those small few say, helping for maintenance, you need a program. But I've come today to congratulate you, your board of officers. Most of the people you've interviewed that I know, that I've worked with. I was privileged with the president visitor here, we rode together. Just a few minutes, I felt that, somebody that we all can work together.
Bombing County District 1 lawmaker Edwin Melvin Snow receiving the Juxta Bombing County Superintendent Adaman Robertson lauded Representative Snow for his timely intervention. Superintendent Robertson re-echoed the mobility constraints inherited by his administration.
We're just taking over, and in 5 vehicles is our problem. We met one old pickup since I took it from the former superintendent Ben Parking, because we need to do some work on it, and we don't have even our cash to start that process. So we will be very much grateful to you for what you have done today. Only God can pay you. So we, on behalf of my staff and on behalf of the county, We wholeheartedly appreciate you. Just as you said, and I said this to my men when we were firing, doing fire for fire. We said the government of Liberia wrote down that in 60 days you want cost your friend, go ahead. So after that 60 days, you must shake hands and move forward.
His Bombing County Superintendent Adaman Rabison lauding Representative Edwin Snow for donating a bus to the local administration via. It is now 6:30 in Monrovia. Let's now go on our Facebook page and OKFM Liberia to bring you some comments. Some back of the comments is towards OKFM success as the best radio station of the year 2017-2018. And the first comments comes up from Napoleon Magill. Good morning, OKFM family and Liberians in general. Let me begin this morning by appreciating the PER for recognizing the brilliant work of OKFM Liberia. I pray OKFM continues your good work as we all strive to making Liberia second to none. Secondly, let the Airport House stop wasting the Liberian people's time and ratify the Iboman loan deal like was done in the case of Eton's loan deal. These guys sought another 01 in new bottles with the same flavor. Finally, OKFM, the statement made by the president through his deputy minister for information, prioritizing and upholding freedom of the press is welcoming, and hope their actions will speak louder than words. Long live the peace-loving people of Man County Bank and Liberians in general. James Naplakbosot Fala. There was given to OKFM Anthony Stevens and Betty by the front page. Africa is not a strange news to me and Man family. Congratulations to you all and wish every one of you good workings as to get bigger awards than what you have received. Let me commend President George Weah for reaffirming his commitment to freedom of speech and asking all citizens to listen to their political leader. On this matter, give every opposition the chance to criticize President Weah. OK News Net. Without the opposition, President Weah wouldn't realize the good work from the bar work. In a nutshell, our criticisms as opposition will keep him very strong and would also give him sufficient ideas and understanding of government's actual workings. OKFM, as a person, I'm not against President Weah taking loan, but I am against the extravagant news of the money. Just so you know, many of the corrupt guys around President Weah are waiting for the conclusion of these loans in order to reach themselves. George Xavier Nangbe. Good morning, OKFM. This only justifies my reason to listen and contribute to OKFM regularly. Let this award serve as warning to our media outlets who deliberately refused to have independence. Let me use this public medium to say kudos to the entire OK family for the job we are done, and hope you guys will maintain your independence in discussing the forward march of our dear country, Liberia. As it relates to other issues, let me again congratulate President George Weah for reassuring this government's respect of our freedom of speech. It is my hope that this is not a verbal irony where a person says one thing and means another thing. Freedom of speech will afford the citizens to scrutinize the government and suggest we fall for developmental activities. Want to conclude right there. Stevens O. Johnson, congratulations to the Martin OKFM. You truly deserve this award in the eye of the strongest conviction that you will win this award 3 times in a row because you have proven to be the best radio station since 1847. Thank you ever so much. Prince Sharif, I congratulate the OKFM family for the deserving award. I'd also use this medium to call on the Senate to kindly ratify the loan as the Liberian people are desperate for development. I'd also thank Honorable Falcon for reaching out with government information to those unreachable masses. Michael Think Positive Banner, good morning OKFM, good morning Liberia, fastest growing and biggest radio and internet TV station OKFM, and the listening public at large. Let me firstly start by extending my gratitude to the PA and organizers of the award program, and a very big thanks and congratulations to the management and staff of OKFM, and kudos to the regular followers, listeners, and viewers of OKFM programs and activities. Winning the Press Union of Liberia prestigious radio station of the year award. This is being interrupted. Award by OKFM amongst all the radio stations in the Liberia never came as a surprise to me, based on their many fascinating talk shows and other programs, accurate, balanced, and credible news, professional staffs, and most especially their independence. I urge the OKFM family to work harder than this, so as to win bigger awards. And then this, congratulations once again. Mohammed A. Douglas Jr. Good morning, OKFM. Good morning, President George. We are in potential young people of the community where the pro-poor agenda is live, and where the honor bestowed upon OKFM is the output of balance and investigative journalism. Your positive role in the media remains indelible. Kudos to the OK families. OKFM's family, and may Allah continue to guide you. For the second segment, the 2 loan agreements are going to fix the Indian economic growth, thereby putting many less fortunate Liberians on the employment curve. The pro-poor government must declare war on the virus of bad road condition. OKFM, in 4 years, Liberia will serve as a catalyst for more infrastructure in the sub-region. I am calling on the Senate to concur with the lower house in order for Liberia to be liberated from this contagious road disease. Let's continue with more developments, and we'll come back to read other comments on our Facebook page, OKFM Liberia. And this news is also being screened live on OKFM Liberia. The presiding elder of the Allegheny Scranton District EMA Church in Pennsylvania, USA, has challenged Liberians to uphold determination and discipline in pursuit of excellence. Reverend Dr. Eric Brown said for Liberia's education system to improve, there must be a drive to resolving the critical issues like violence and corruption that continue to undermine the growth of the sector. According to him, the pursuit of excellence needs one's commitment with God and not continuous complaints or worries. Dr. Brown made a statement Sunday when he served as Speaker of the 18th Baccalaureate Service of the African Methodist Episcopal University at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion on the theme, Neighbor, Don't Forget God.
Remember, you've got the power of God in you, and with God all things are possible. When you remember God, sisters and brothers, you are committed to excellence. You must have the drive, the determination, and the discipline required to bring excellence into your lives. Listen, it is a fact, you're not going to always feel like studying. You're not going to always feel like staying up late to complete the work. You're not going to always feel like going the extra mile in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Sometimes you're going to want to hang out and party with people who are not on the same walk you're on. Sometimes you're going to be looking at
Speaking shortly after the baccalaureate service sermon, Darlington Myers, president of the graduating class, had expressed profound gratitude to the Board of Trustees and partners of the African Methodist Episcopal University for the academic achievements rendered the graduating class.
With deep sense of appreciation, we recall the effort of our dear loving faculty from various colleges. Your tenacity and days of hard work get bear much fruit today. We appreciate you wholeheartedly for the stewardship. We place on record the good health of the dignitaries from our stakeholders, the RCCBC, the Orange, the Trokon, Lion Club, among others, our AME University Church, partners from their institutions for your silent support, but remarkable works that made our university the best school in town. I would like to specially mention the role of the Coca-Cola Institute for Innovation, the hub of learning.
Is Darlington Myers. A senatorial candidate for the pending Senate Moswara County by-election is advancing needs for gender equity within the decision-making process of the country. Madam Josephine Francis said the current number of female lawmakers at the Liberian legislature demonstrates the country's weakness in the parties of gender equity.
I'm a politician. I mean, you look around us, the Senate has 30 seats and you have only 2 women. We need gender equity in Liberia. It's nothing a man can do, a woman cannot do. So we need the support. We need the support from our husbands. We need the support from our sons. We need the support from everyone. I'm not afraid of the 6 men that are running. I'm the only female. And I know the women of Liberia and the youth of Liberia is looking for a different Liberia. And Josephine Francis will bring that Liberia that they want. I don't need to be petition. I'm running on the party seat, Unity Party. I'm the candidate and I was endorsed by the executive members of the party. I was endorsed by the standard bearer of the party. I don't need to be endorsed by individual.
Madam Josephine Francis, there is a senatorial aspirant there for the Moswara County by-election. First Lady Claire Weir has again pledged her unflinching support towards buttressing the efforts of the Liberian government's pro-poor agenda. First Lady Weir said initiatives intended to aid women and girls, including the disabled, will her primary focus in driving the agenda of the government.
The foundation endeavors to create opportunity, rehabilitation, provide shelters, clothing, feeding, education and training, and access to health care for the above-mentioned group of people. Establishment of this foundation is based on my love for the people of Liberia and my passion to support my husband's request to provide a better living condition for the most vulnerable people through the poor agenda.
First Lady Claire Weir, let's take this last local development. The General Overseer of the New Water in the Desert Apostolic Pentecostal Church in Burrowville, Bishop Carter Brown, has disclosed plans to distribute 40,000 assorted textbooks to schools across Liberia.
Church A has uploaded, from the Freeport, about 40,000 pieces of books to help what we call complement, secondary education instruction in Liberia. It took us a while to upload, to retrieve or recover the books from the port. They were delayed, but we thank God, the authorities of the port, for the collaboration in helping us retrieve this container. So yes, we have the container, and the idea is to see how we can support reading, a reading room project. So we improve reading, writing, comprehension. So we want to launch this initiative. We know that one of the weaknesses our times is that we need to help enhance reading.
Dr. Carter Brown there, Bishop Carter Brown, we are speaking. This development just coming in says the Youth Coalition for Education in Liberia, said over the weekend, engaged several education stakeholders, including youth groups, on the need to engage government to scale up its support to the education sector. The initiative by the UCL is being supported by UC through the Youth in Education Forward Action Project. Florence Dolly, the head of the project, indicated that the goal of the project is to engage national government that increase support of the education sector by 20%.
Every one of us in the sector know that it's not enough. Education involves a lot, and if the budgetary allocation is not enough, which means a whole lot of things will be. And if we must succeed in having quality education, we must be willing to allocate the budget to the necessary things. Additionally, monitoring our school system has been a serious challenge over the years. Principals, DEOs, CEOs, I'm sure you all are witness to this. It takes time for things to move, but if we really want to do it, I'm sure we can do it. It is achievable. Other people have done it. We are no exception. We are people. We just need to move. Anything you have passion for, there is always a way to do it. So if we're really sincere about increasing budgetary allocation and improving the education sector, then let's work at it.
Florence Dolly, the head of the project, indicated that the goal of the project is to engage national government to increase the support of the education sector by 20%. Dolly said the educational sector in Liberia is unfunded, something which continues to hamper its improvement. Let's take a few messages and then we'll conclude this presentation. Lawrence Tambard, good morning, OKFM Newsnet. Good morning to all patriotic citizens of Busa Quarter. I'd like to say bravo to OKFM Liberia and its manager, Mr. Smith Tobe, for the prestigious awards. For us as listeners, this award is not surprising to us because we have been following OKFM Liberia for over 1 year. We know their performance, not how long you've been there, but how well is your performance. As Lawrence Stammer, Abala Koi, good morning OKFM. And good morning to the peaceful people of Crown Hill, teacher number 8. OKFM, let me say bravo and congratulations to you guys. OKFM, you guys are very excellent. Rakzak and OKFM are right from Jamaica Road. I write to appreciate the management and staff of OKFM and also congratulate the station for winning the prestigious Press Union Award. I also want to extend many thanks to President George Weah. I'd also want to extend many thanks to President George Weah for finally agreeing to work with the press because no government can easily succeed when you are in the fist fight with the media. So to say, Papi, thank you for understanding. And we conclude with our text messages, our text reactions. Our reactions on Facebook page Samuel Chivalos Nat the second, OKFM deserves the award. They have been my main source of information. I discovered that they were neutral. This one just coming in says President George Weah has embarked on a tour to inspect all roads leading to the hinterlands of Liberia. Speaking upon his arrival in Bond County Sunday, President George Weah said his vision to connect Liberia 15 counties by road is actualized.
When you can reach to your point, when the roads are good, we can go to Ghana, we come back the same day. So if you training, you can make much money. If you don't say, by next time, that's all you back home. And this is it. We live in a world that is all around us. I love Monte Carlo, I want to get it. But because I love Monte Carlo, I love to go there every day. And when I have weekend, I go 2 hours after Monte Carlo. It's a different country. 7 o'clock back to my car, and 9 o'clock my home. Because the roads are
President George Weah at this time will rejoin Augustine Bill Kollie to bring you a summary of international developments.
A war of words has erupted between the U.S. and its G7 allies hours after the Trump had pulled an apparent show of unity at the end of a tense summit. U.S. President Donald Trump and two of his advisors lashed out at Canadian Parliament members Justin Trudeau, accusing him of engaging in bad faith diplomacy. And the U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un have arrived in Singapore for their historic summit. Mr. Trump flew in aboard Air Force One a few hours after Mr. Kim touched it down with his encounterage. The foreign news.
With those foreign developments by Bill Kollie, we conclude this presentation of Newsnet on OKFM 99.5. Many thanks for listening and thanks for watching as well. But before we go, here are the top stories we followed in this presentation of the program. With just 2 years in operations, OKFM establishes supremacy on Liberian media landscape, wins President of Liberia prestigious Radio Station of the Year award after hastily concurring with the House in ratifying the $536 million Ayrton loan deal. The Senate to deliberate $420 million Iboman loan deal for road construction across the country. Despite his government beginning on a rocky path with the media, President Weah recommits to upholding press freedom and civil liberties in the country. And away from Liberia, the UN condemns intimidation of staff and patients by armed groups in the Central African Republic. Augustine Bill Kollie read to the foreign news and the news bulletin. Eddie Pone inside the controls and handle all of the technical aspects of this presentation. Thanks to our chief chauffeur, Francis Enyenswa. My name is Trokon Freeman, and happy birthday to Yanti